Hey buddies, Potato McWhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Anno 1800. And today, we're finally going to the New World. I've actually played a little bit off screen. And I kind of want to show you some of the things that I've discovered, but we did just kill an enemy ship. This guy is escorting. I'll go send my capital ship to pick that up. So this guy, I've actually managed to set up some of my schooners that are on my trade routes to be escorted by gunboats. I'm in the process of building just a ton of gunboats to have just a small, mobile, high DPS fleet, low armor fleet. I have actually sent someone, because I discovered that north is north. I know that's going to sound stupid, but north is actually north. So if we go to the world map, like up is north, and I only realized this expedition here, the Land of the Lions, where I was trying to go, is southeast of where the mainland is. And that means my ships were actually going southeast on the map in here in the homeland. So my ships were going this way, trying to go past this guy's harbors, which was getting them killed. But the other New World is actually down this way. So I managed to send a ship over there, and they're in the middle of the expedition. This is the mission to the New World. So they're over there. They've been there for 15 days. They're working on it. So hopefully they'll make it work. So I managed to figure that out. I also spent a little bit of time building up defenses on my island. And part of the reason that I did this was to help with diplomacy, because people are more likely to want peace with you if you have a higher military score. I also got a ceasefire with Anne Harlow, so she won't be blowing up my ships as often. But basically my idea was, if I create some defenses on my islands, it actually gives me power projection, because you see these cannon towers, they actually shoot really far into the water. You can see that green line over there, super far away, blowing stuff up. So if we added a few cannon towers to a couple of our other islands, like this one over here, we could add like a couple of cannon towers around here. We have a pretty extensive bay area, so like we could put a cannon tower here, maybe a cannon tower here, and a cannon tower here, and that would just help power project into this zone, sort of keeping pirates and my enemies at bay and giving me a little bit of control on the map. So I'm kind of intrigued by this idea. Also, ooh, equipped in military ships, damage per shot, it's 10%. Well, I'll take that. Now, in order to build those cannon towers, it requires bricks and steel, as well as cannons. So we're going to need to bring some bricks, we're going to need to bring some steel, and we're going to need to bring some cannons over here. But I'll deliver some cannons for now, and we'll eventually set up some more. Now, these mounted guns do pretty decent DPS, but their range is a lot lower. So if you kind of look out, if I were to put this mounted gun right here, okay, it reaches like about here. But if I were to use this slightly bigger cannon tower, it would actually completely cover the thoroughfare between these two islands. And what I like about that is, effectively, I could use cannons to sort of close off the map. Ooh, an expedition requires our attention. And basically, it would allow us to kind of close off the map. And we could do something similar over here with cannons. In fact, we could close this gap with just these regular mounted guns over here. Like if we built a battery of 3 of them, like 1, 2, 3, nobody could sail through this gap between these two islands for fear of getting, obliterated by my mounted guns, especially if I were to make use of a flame turret here. I mean, this thing would annihilate anything running through here. But they are relatively expensive, and I want to keep my money in surplus. So we have an expedition that we want to run here. Covered by a fearsome Pyphorian vessel, your expedition has reached South America at last, and the crew are looking forward to some well-earned rest. Night has fallen, your ship is already in the tranquil bay when the lookout screams behind us. And there, looming in the darkness, gleams a dragon of iron, its nostril livid with fire. It's the vessel that killed Mr. Good, but this one must be twice as large. We're at their mercy. However, the bay is hidden from your bright gaze of the moon, and it's possible the dragons have not yet spotted you. If you choose to show yourself, you can expect to be a match for the dragon. Only hinder it enough to flee. We do have a little bit of naval power, so let's fight our way out. Their aim is embarrassing. Your shots roll over the solid iron deck like balls of ivory on a bagatelle bar board, barely making a dent. What's more, your attack is giving your position away. The iron dragon's mount yawns wide above your little boat, and from it, the first puma flyer melts the men at the taffrail. The 2 holes are close enough for boarding, but there are just too many of the rogues. You can try target the flaming cannon, hope you can outrun them before the dragon's breath replenishes once more. I think we have better navigation than we have naval power, so let's take the navigation chance to try to outrun them. The navigators swing the ship into a serendipitous breeze, almost on the beam On a beam reach, the sails billowing the ship evades the Iron Dragon just in time. As your crew pass, they can see the gnarled and hateful iron of the bows and boards, an army of mocking masks, and the fire pit of mount that could easily have been their end. The expedition may be free to find Sarmento now, but it's worrying that the Pyphorians always seem to be one step ahead and are possessed of such fearful machinery. Your crew set up camp at a secluded inlet further up the coast. Hopefully it will keep you well hidden. Okay, my captain now waits my command. So we can continue and lose 10 morale, or we can provide extra rations and continue. Or return back. I think I'm going to provide extra rations and continue. I'm cool with that expedition continuing. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at our production of consumer goods. We don't make enough rum. We don't make enough fur coats. We definitely don't make enough beer. So let's investigate beer as a resource. I thought I had 2 breweries going in here. I do have 2 breweries going, and they're both overdriven. Let's have a think about this. We did have 3 hop farms, which is just enough to run 2 breweries. So if we wanted to run more breweries, we would need more of those. So let's head over to this hop island. Hop on over. And we're going to start expanding the hopperies. So let me quickly make a copy here, and I will put you right there. We'll start planting hop fields for you. Tidy up this road, plant some more hop fields. There we go. Delete some of these fields. And then we're going to clear this field out, push this farm back a little to be in line like so. Can we make this just ever so slightly neater? Yes, we can. I know you don't have fields. We're working on that part. There we go. We take up that space. Plenty of farmers to work the fields here. Yeah, we're also going to need a road that goes to this coal deposit.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Oof. Iron mine explosion.
A fire broke out.
Unlucky. The fire in the area is also a problem. Let's grab the fire station. We'll train the crew. So this is a coal deposit. We are eventually going to want to exploit that, I reckon. So I'll set up a road there. So now it's connected to the network. I'm going to add a warehouse around here. Make sure that it's pretty accessible by road. It's kind of the important function of a warehouse is to be accessible by road, believe it or not. So if we want to double our beer production, we need to double our hop production. Get another little hop farm right there. A hop farm? Is that where you get a bunny? All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hop farms. I think we can get 1 more in here. So that's pretty decent. We still have a decent number of workers left over. Coal does require workers, so we would need to upgrade some of these houses. I'm also thinking about, we've doubled the hop production here. What else do we want to produce? I think it would be good to sell everything above 25 of these as well as these. So if anyone comes by and they need these resources, we can just give them away. This will be a small trickle of money. Okay, perfect. We are selling off all, low tier excess production here. That's good. Also, my Docklands Wharf has actually managed to pull off a couple of trades. And so I think we've actually managed to end up with a significant number of potatoes. The demand is slightly higher than production for taters. Taters precious. But I think when Captain Tobias actually gets here, this guy will do a really big trade. I think the current trade is going to be 100 schnapps for 200 potatoes, roughly. So he'll pull off this trade. I'll just kind of speed forward here for a moment. So there we go. So now that that trade is complete, I think we could add even more of these liquor distills. Like we could add 2 more and start the consumption of more goods, driving up the schnapps production, which will be traded for yet more taters. And if we sell enough schnapps, we can unlock some cool stuff here. Most importantly, I believe, schnapps. Yeah, if we get enough export volume, we get an exporter level, which I think gets us a specialty slot. And schnapps for potato is a pretty damn good one. But he'll come back now in, I don't know, a while, I guess, every 20 minutes or something. So we massively bumped up our hops production. These guys are also going to have lifestyle needs. Like maybe we should distribute soap here. Be a great way to get more efficient jobs out of this place. Something else we could do. Farmers just aren't that profitable. Getting some workers to build this coal deposit would be quite profitable. So I'm wondering if I'm going to grab myself another schooner. No, I'm just going to use a gunboat for this. This is going to be bricks through windows, and it's going to be from our capital to our side island, and it's just going to be a single ship loading like 5 bricks at a time. I think that's all we need. We just need a slow trickle of bricks to be made that way, back and forth. We don't need a huge amount of bricks being traded back and forth. And by getting bricks there, we'll be able to maybe get some of these coal deposits online. And if we can get some workers in here, get some coal deposits, we'll be able to, well, coal is quite valuable. And the prison is right here. So we could sell that coal pretty quickly. Now, if you're saying, right, purchase price 20, a coal mine will produce 1 coal every 15 seconds. So that's 4 coal per minute. That's 80 money per minute at a cost of 50 maintenance. It basically pays for itself. We would have 2 of those. That'd be 160 per minute, not to mention the tax income from the workers. So that would be a profitable trade route, in my opinion, to be just going back and forth and selling. Sorry, you don't sell the coal to him. This guy sells coal. You sell the coal to the Archibald Blake, and he would actually buy it for 32. So it's 32 times 4. This is before we even consider adding a 50% boost. 32 times 4 is 64, 128. So 128 per mine at a cost of 50. That's like a 78 money profit per minute. That would be like 150 profit-ish per... So we can make 220 cash per minute in profit if we get 2 coal mines up here and a trade route going between. And that to me seems quite useful. Ooh, this is huge. Where's my ship? I need this. Ah, new paper. Okay. So less riot, balanced happiness. Let's do it. Can I buy this now? I want this. This is a minus 10% maintenance cost on all buildings. 15% workforce across an island. Maintenance cost up, but chance of fire up. I really want this certificate of inspection because I can put this into a trade union in my main island here. Oh, there's a big fire. And some of these buildings... Maintenance 200, maintenance 500 for the sewing machine factory. Like, that's insane. Where else do we have high maintenance buildings? Pig farms are 50. These are 100 each. I think the industry here, this would be the big place where we could make a lot back. So I'm probably going to reorganize this area around the trade union to try and fit as many high cost production buildings around the trade union when we equip it with that item. So let's come in here. We're going to equip the certificate of inspection. Now that's a minus 20% maintenance cost and a 20% fire chance. He did have another one of those, didn't he? Certificate of industrial standard. I could sell some gunboats for that. Let's do it. Speaking of which, let's keep mass producing gunboats. Okay, we're already saving a lot of coins from these buildings being hit. Too many transporters loading delayed will bump you up. So we're hitting most of the buildings in here. We just need to get the steelworks in. There we go. I can't move anything because the fire is ongoing. Come on, I want to sell this gunboat. Come on, please, 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 please. Don't. I've got a minute to get this. I just need to sell. I think I need to sell 2 more gunboats. Come on, bro. Please buy my gunboats. Yes. Okay, we sold off all of our gunboats. That's going to allow us to buy the certificate. Where'd it go? Bro. Man. Okay, whatever. Well, at least we got the 10%. We're probably going to want at least 2 fire stations around here. These buildings are expensive. Trying to get everything in range for now. Pretty much everything is in range now. Yes. Okay, we got so much in range. I may move this warehouse and slip you in there. Then I'm going to add another warehouse on the edge. We'll do some brick building. Let's do some road upgrading. Move another warehouse over. And I'm going to duplicate a fire station. The hope is that the fire stations are relatively cheap to maintain. And the cost of that is offset by this trade union cutting the maintenance cost of all these production buildings massively. I don't know if that works, but I'm hopeful that it's a good value proposition long term. Anyway, we're now producing a lot more hops on this island. So in theory, we could double our beer production. Let's head over to our beer area. And if we take a peek, we definitely need more beer. Now, if we need more beer, that might mean we need more malt. Might not be the time to do that. Maybe we should build the coal mine, upgrade a couple of these. Happy workers, making coal. I think if we have 10 worker houses, we can run these 2 coal mines pretty easily. Now, if I were to zap these things, it'd be minus 40 happiness because that's all their jobs, which I don't think would be a good thing. We do need a warehouse. So now we're cranking out an insane amount of coal. It's like 8 coal per minute. And I think we can use a new gunboat to create a new trade route. Coal for cash. That's going to be from this island to Archibald. On Monrosales, I want you to load coal, and I want you to unload it at High Clarence Hall. So that'll be your job. Coal for cash. I will tidy up these trade routes eventually. I believe there was also an expedition that needed my attention. I'll mark her on the map with an S, says the local man Ramon, whom Sir Archibald sent to accompany you. Why not an X, says the captain with an air of disappointment. Sarmento, says Ramon, his eyes sparkling with life. Finding her is key to everything. Having travelled for many days along the New World coast, it's now time to decide how you'll travel from here. Ahead, a broad brown river mouth invites you upstream, its perils waiting unseen beyond its bends. Perhaps the route overland will be more forgiving, says the navigator hopefully. One look at the dark and foreboding line of trees would suggest nothing could be further from the truth, but which is the lesser of two evils? So, I'm gonna say we go up the river. We got a boat. Boats are powerful. The Pyphorian dragon is back on her tail. It seemed hard to believe at first, but the distant chugging of an engine, the black smudge of smoke above the ragged line of clawfoot mangroves are unmistakable. Your men, who had settled long enough to admire a proliferation of yellow flowers on the southern bank, suddenly find themselves at the mercy of twin horrors. Beyond the next bend are a set of devious rapids frothing down upon you, with the Pyphorian dragon fast approaching. Time is in short supply. There is a very narrow breach at one side, through which a vessel capably navigated may just about fit. Alternatively, blasting the high cliff could block the Pyphorian's way. Our navigation success chance is pretty decent. It's plus 20%. Your navigator can gather no speed, which is hardly surprising, since there seems little wind on the river today. As a result of his failed attempts to catch the slide of the breeze, the line of approach is also poor, and two of the craggiest protuberances of rock make themselves known. There was a sharp splintering sound as your poor ship's hull suffers what it was never built for, riding up and over the tiered divisions of whitewater pools. Your damaged hull begins to flood, and though you see the Iron Dragon turtle tail and puff downstream, you now must decide whether to fix or forsake your ship. So crafting would be a gamble, whereas navigation, right? Let's disembark and search for Isabelle on foot. Abandon the ship. Large and luminous eyes light the way now that eye has fallen. Spare for a few well-known stars that peek through the canopy. An impromptu camp is made for the night somewhere near the S of your cap. In the morning, all wake to a seemingly unremarkable clearing. But what's this? A young sailor reveals a mossy bunker in the forest carpet. Long since deserted, he laughs. Your information must be out of date, Ramon. Many years of out of date, calls a voice from the tree. There's a rustle of foliage as rifles poke through all around. You, a cowled man, appears and points in your direction. Come with us. You are shackled and blindfolded, and after a short journey, you find yourself before the woman you believe to be Isabelle Sarmento. Who are you? She demands. And why are you here? I am the child of Samuel Good. Boom. Isabelle's eyes flash with anger. So, they call your father a traitor for selling it to us, the pesky rebels, and now you've come here to do the right thing and take it back? Your father should have thought of that before he sold it. A deal is a deal. It is a confession that a deal has not, in any respect, been a good one. She picks up the barrel and pours wine over your head. Maybe I'll take all my rage out on you. Even if it was my father, the Pyphorians must have forced him to sell. Isabelle puts the barrel down, stabbing her boot knife to plug the hole. Then you are against the Pyphorians. I heard reports that they tried to stop you with an iron dragon. She exhales nervously. I do not believe it. And yet you've risked your life to come here. Isabelle motions her guards to release you. I should at least hear what you're planning to do about all this. All right. So we have found Isabelle in the New World. This is the first time I've been to the New World in Anno 1800. I've mostly played around with like tier 1 and tier 2 stuff, so I'm kind of out of my depth now.
So, you found us. Take a look around. What can the henchmen of the Empire do to us that the Perforians haven't already?
Please, Miss Sarmento, we come here only to prove our father innocent. Samuel Good.
Good? The man that sold Her Majesty's precious island to me? He is just as guilty as I am.
Guilty of a commerce
I don't know
exchange?
about you, but my father would never have betrayed his queen.
So you are calling me a liar? Love is blind. Back before they left their fiery mark, the Perforians told me your father would come to sell me prosperity.
The conspiracy deepens.
Against the Empire was a bad idea.
Okay.
From what we know of the Perforians, I don't think it's enough yet to deter them.
The Perforians took prosperity from us the moment that deal was signed. Now our movement drills their oil for nothing, night and day. We have lost the strength to fight. Still, we are afraid. And even though we buried the dead and found a hideaway, I cannot provide shelter for all of them.
We are very sorry to hear your situation. Still, I must insist on our obtaining our father's...
So, you won't let go? Then let's get to business. Help me shelter and protect the good people that are part of this movement. If I see you can be trusted, I will find you the contract that sealed the deal on prosperity.
Deal.
Are you in?
I'm in. I hate the Perforians. They mess with my father. You seem like a cool, independent lady who doesn't afraid of anything. So we found Isabelle, which is cool. What is this? So this is her home place. Fried plantains. Oh, chapter 3. Prosperity. Neat. Attempts to buy a gunboat. We will fulfill your demands. The frigate. Yeah, we can work together. I'm just going to buy this gunboat so that I have a ship in the area. Aluminum profiles, that's the thing. Just so we have a ship that we can explore with. So coming in here, good siblings venture into unknown territories and locate Isabelle Sarmento. Will the anti-imperial leader of rebels cooperate? Is she key to the truth about Samuel and the Island of Prosperity? So this is Jornalero. We have Jornalero residence. We have a beautiful waterfall-filled island. We have clay deposits, oil, and gold. We've got plantains, sugarcane, corn. Oh, this is going to be great for us. Well, let's get started with the usual. A marketplace surrounded by roads, connected to the dock with at least 10 houses on either side. So we're in the age of tradición. So these people, they are going to want fried plantains. Alfonso Graves does not like me because I'm too human. Thanks, Alfonso. Let's set up a timber chain. Lumberjack hut. What's this? Missing jornalero workforce. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so we got a few jornaleros. They're probably going to want fried plantains in the near future. We are producing some timber. It's a beautiful island. It's gorgeous. Gold deposits might be really useful. All right, here we go. We can make fried plantains. So fish oil. I'll put a banana plantation over here. We'll grow a few bananas on the edge of the island like so. We're gonna need a warehouse. I need more wood. We'll go back and chill here. Oh, what's this? The people request pickup. Oh, my gunboat actually made it. I did not expect the gunboat to make it. Let's go to the old world. I would like to do more expeditions, but man, can I load you up with timber and bricks? Now, how do I send you to the new world? Here we go. Go to La Isla. Now, I think La Isla is my place in the new world, right? Yeah. All right, cool. We want refugees on our ship. Let's set up a wood trade. We want to have at least 50 in here. We need a fish oil factory. And then the last thing that we need is well, we're probably going to need another warehouse. So we need to wait a little bit. Thankfully, I have a bunch of wood and bricks on the way over. So we don't have cotton here. That's okay. Oh, these guys want rum. Oh, I can't wait to make rum. We'll try to make an excess of rum to send home too. All right, we are delivering. They want us to have 300 jornaleros. Progeny of Samuel, you do not know, you know not whom with you meddle. Well, leave if you value your life. Ooh, they're threatening me. I probably should have brought some guns. Let me go to the old world. I'm going to create a clipper to use as trade between the two regions. Let me also check consumer goods. Yeah, we're mostly fine. We're a little bit behind on beer. That's fine. Yeah, I want a clipper that can send supplies to La Isla. A small warehouse right here. Perfect. And then we need the fried plantain kitchen. And the ratio is 1-to-1. So 1 fish oil factory, 1 plantain plantation, 1 fried plantain kitchen will supply us with all of those. I do believe that the plantain plantation is a space inefficient item. So I'm going to do a 50% production boost on that. And I'm also going to do the 50% production boost on the lumber mill. The idea being that for every 2 lumber mills, I can run 3 sawmills. And for every 2 banana plantations, I can run 3 plantain kitchens. So that'll be good. Production is kicking off here, which is great. So sugarcane and wood together make rum. That's actually way easier to make than I thought. I'm looking forward to that. We're definitely going to want to make cotton and to send it to the old world. The old world. Okay, I came over here because I wanted to sell my fish. It's worth a little bit of cash. Dude, these are so expensive. Oh, she will buy fried plantains. That's actually quite a big deal, considering we could produce a surplus of those. And she sells sugar cheap. We could deliver a significant amount of sugar to the old world. To some of the, I believe the regular population in the old world likes to have sugar. If we go to these farmers, one of their lifestyle needs is sugar. which would get them +1 farmer and +1 coins per house. Now, +1 farmer and +1 coin would be quite good if we could get that to go. So I think I might consider setting a ship to go buy that. In fact, we are going to go to El Puerto. I want you to load sugar and then go to our home island and unload that sugar. So we have a single gunboat on this. I could assign another gunboat. I think a single gunboat is all we need on that. What is this direction you're going through? I hope that's not the way that you're going to go. Whatever. But we do have a frigate now. Sorry, a clipper. And the clipper has room for 4 goods. So this is going to be a great one to trade with the New World. Eventually, we're going to want to... Well, I think we're going to want to deliver bricks, timber, steel, and windows. So that we, or whatever high-tier construction resources we need. It would also be nice if we used one of our gunboats here to sell fried plantains for profit. If we think of the maintenance cost here, maintenance cost of 5, 10, 25 for 1 fried plantain per minute. Sorry, 2 fried plantains per minute. And they sell for 121. So that would be a massively profitable production line if we were to sell those. A little bit worried about this pirate. We need to get guns. So I'm going to expand this town. I'm going to effectively double its size, just about, which will double our tax revenues, but also double the consumption of goods. I'm going to add another banana plantation, add a bunch of nanners, like so. Then each of these will be, so we would need 2 more fish oil factories and 2 more fried plantain kitchens. So let's do that. Oh, a fire! Goodness. Now we also need the plantain kitchens. I'm wondering, is it possible to see my ships on the world map? Oh, it is. There's the Condor. It's on the way. Okay, that is awesome. You can actually see the ships transitioning. So something I want to do is I want to use this clipper to create a trade route from our capital to La Isla. And in our capital, I wanted to load guns, 20 steel, 20 brick. I suppose actually there's nothing wrong with doing full loads because it is quite rare. And then also a full load of windows. Discard cargo if needed, and then we can create a reverse of this later. We'll call this Strategic New World Supply. So this is going to be our Strategic New World Supply. This is going to bring us guns, steel, bricks, and windows. I don't actually know if we need windows, but I'll bring them for now. It's fine. That's a Strategic New World Supply with a clipper. You could make the argument that we should have a couple of ships guarding this one. And I'm going to tell this gunship to guard. And I'll make a couple more gunboats to also continue to guard as well. But with that strategic supply, we will be able to build things like gun emplacements, like these mounted guns right here, which will make this island better defended, which is good. So there are some ruins. Repair the sawmill, repair the lumberjack. We definitely need to build a police station, although we're kind of waiting for some stuff to come through. You're heading over there to pick up some sugar. Good job. Let's keep 50 fried plantains in stock, so they will be auto-sold below that level. Same with bananas. He offers us a destruction quest. I'm not quite ready for that, but let me have a look. We have a frigate we need to destroy all the way down there. That's going to be tough. The frigate should easily lose to 3 gunboats, so I'll work on that. Although the number of ships we have influences steady to be a problem, so we might want to start building bigger ships. Although we don't really have the finance or the economy to do that just yet. So we're kind of working on things. Let's head to the New World because I think my flagship made it here. We can deposit these resources, which is excellent. I know you're missing fish oil. We're getting our production up. You got to give it some time. We definitely want more population here. So let's copy. Wait, what do you need again? You need some ponchos. Okay, so alpaca farms, wool and poncho. Okay, I think we can fit an alpaca farm here. It's basically like a sheep farm, but slightly bigger. Poncho downer right there. That will do the supply. Fix up some of these houses as well that have been destroyed. Fried plantains are hitting. The ponchos will make our population happier, or give us more population and give us more tax from them. So we have ponchos on the way. I may as well set up another alpaca farm just for the sake of it, so that we have a surplus of this. And then we'll set the stock of this to 50. So if there's a little bit of passive trade going on, it'll help smooth out our economy a bit. The next good that these guys want is they want a chapel. The chapel will provide plus 24 happiness in total. Stick the chapel right there. That's going to get us the happiness that we need. Plus 14. And then we want the rum because that's worth 12 happiness in total and 2 coins. Now we need a sugarcane plantation. I'm going to park a sugarcane plantation right here because it's right at the edge of the town. So it's going to use this kind of awkward space right here. And I want 2 sugarcane plantations. I'll put a warehouse right there with a rum distillery. We will eventually want 3 of those, but I'll just go with 1 for now. But yeah, we want a decent number of those. And rum might be something that I overcharge. Like I supercharge with my population. We're growing some sugar there. Good, 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 good. We're going to need a second copy of wood. Deposit those planks. We have a gold deposit here. That's going to want its own road. I'll just do this for now. And there's a little park here by the water to make use of it. Oh, I forgot to handle the newspaper. Well, I don't know where that button is in the UI. There we go. So with rum being produced, I would like... Try to remember what I wanted to do again. I have 2 sugarcane plantations. 1 sugarcane plantation produces enough sugarcane for 1 rum distillery, which means 2 with a 50% overwork means that they should be able to provide enough rum, enough sugar for 3 rum distilleries. And rum is needed in the old world by who? Again, it's needed by someone. We're going to allow sugar supply. Rum is needed by our workers. And that will give us +2 workers per house and +2 coins per house. So that's something we do want to take care of. I like that. So that's perfect. I'm worried about the number of pirate ships rocking around here. So where is this frigate? Go get that guy. So that means for the strategic supply, we're going to say that you need to load rum. Should you load rum twice? Probably. So load up 100 rum. What I would really like the ability to do is I want to be able to play the game on top speed and then just pause to think. Go to delivery quest. What do you want? Just some wood? That's fine. You can take that. I want me to build a police station here. Thank you for the domestic pig. For the zoo. We've got a police station now, which is what she asked for. We got to find the Pyphorians. 1. You can do this by like walking around. Is it shift? I'll shift R. No, that's not it. Where are these little jerks? We caught a Pyphorian. There's one. Boom. There'll be another torch carrying nerd. You published a newspaper. I hope it wasn't bad. Newspaper. Okay, he actually published a good one. Okay, that's not bad. Where's this fire starter? I'm looking forward to the guns delivery that we need here. I don't know why guns is increasing. Tell you what we'll do. Let's upgrade a house or 2. So now we have access to Obrera. And the Obreras can make paved streets. They can make bricks, which is good. They can make haciendas. Oh, wow. What is this? A hacienda. Jornalero quarters. Oh, damn. We can pick our crop for the hacienda. So let's say we chose sugarcane. It takes half as many spots. That's kind of cool. Maybe we should create a hacienda. I might need to look up a tutorial. Not a tortilla, a tutorial. Town hall, postal service. Okay, we need to figure out how to make aluminum. Oh, there it is. So the obreros can make aluminum. Those are going to be useful. This is what I wanted. I wanted these cannon towers. They're a little better than the alternative. However, I will put a couple of mounted guns here. So anyone trying to cause some nonsense on my island will have a tough time. Ooh, pearl farms. Although we're missing fertility here for that. Okay, I literally cannot find this last Pyphorian. I hoped that upgrading the roads would make him more obvious. Oh, there he is. Boom. Got him. They need me to get some more refugees from Prosperity. Let's go get him. The hacienda does cost brick. So it's probably a good idea. Island storage full for wood. Okay, what is the... Okay, we're only using like half the wood. So I'll add an extra lumber mill so that we have brick production. Probably a good idea that we make clay. There is 1 clay deposit here. I'm going to tell this town... Yeah, I'm working on my task, bro. Tell the city, hey, try to make sure you have 50 bricks in storage because that's actually a good amount. Grab those refugees. We get them out of there. We get them home to a nice safe place. They are not your penitents, bro. These are slaves and you need to stop pretending they're not. So plenty of fried plantains, so passive storage isn't going to save us here. I'm going to upgrade this harbor for the extra 75 storage as that's going to give us more, you know, resources to play with. Oh no, I thought that was our clipper coming to deliver. What is this thing? The Conqueror? Easy clap. Kill this zealot. Get him! Get this other one too. Good kill. Alright, get the hell home. Might be good for us to build a repair crane. They're expensive. Requires so many bricks, dude. Jesus. You know what I'm going to do? I think what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to look up how the hacienda... Oh, should I look it up or should I just build it? So what happens if we build the hacienda jornalero quarters? Okay, we'll take the sick refugees. So this has up to 55 compared to 30, but they need schnapps. and hot sauce. So they need more goods, and it's gotta be inside the hacienda. I see. Where the hell would we set up this hacienda? There's not a great spot for it. The Pyphorian evil, the heretical cult of Pyr, takes hold in the New World. Sarmento's movement, cruelly subjugated and oppressed. They crave only to exhaust the wellsprings of oil and prosperity, as they have yet more sinister plans. Maybe it would be good if we parked this like here-ish, right? If we put this like here, we blueprinted this, and we started replacing. We will get you a hospital, don't you worry. Because I kind of like this. This is a cool idea, because we could have a brewery. The brewery is way smaller. Like, let's in theory look at this thing. We want to brew rum, okay? What's your production time? Processing time 30. So it's the same, but it has a smaller footprint. It takes the same amount of workers, and in theory it can have a positive effect on attractiveness. So I think there's something to this idea of going hacienda. So I think that's what we're going to work towards, is building a nice, hopefully it's not a bad place to live in this hacienda, but we could build a nice little hacienda here. Can these pathways cross rivers? It doesn't look like it. So this area here would not be hacienda. It's kind of an interesting idea. I'm torn between looking this up and figuring it out myself, you know? I think I'm gonna lean towards figuring this one out myself. So I need to have 2 frigates in the New World. Let me go back to the Old World and build a couple of frigates then. Oh, my ships did it. We got 5 minutes to deliver these castaways. Whoops. We might not make it because I was slow to pick that up. But I will produce 2 frigates for the New World. Oh, we have so much rum. We could easily sell like 300 rum. I'm going to go with 250 rum per trip here. Minimum stock of 50. And our buy sell is at 100. So rum should just shoot out of this. I honestly don't know what we should import. To me, it just seems logical to import potatoes. Yeah, I think once the next delivery, the next strategic delivery makes it to this island, I think we will look to get this hacienda up and running properly on this island. I'm also going to set up just a couple of mounted guns over here. The idea being that these will defend this other harbor. No, I didn't fail. I actually did it. I just didn't deliver you the castaway in time. No, we were so close. Damn it. We were so close. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how my empire is developing as it stands. We've got like 6,000 population starting to come together. I do see the population fluctuating. Did we burn through the rum that we got? We must have burnt through the rum that we had. Good news is we're on a strategic supply mission with our weapons. So yeah, the rum was good, but it did not last long. Maybe I should stop these workers from consuming rum and leave the rum to the artisans, because they get kind of more out of it at the moment. The next point, though, it would be good if we could produce fur coats. Now, we need to have a fur fertility. So we would either need to find an island with fur fertility or conquer an island with fur fertility. Now, I don't know how to buy... How do I buy shares in another company? Hold on. Anno 1800 buy shares button. Where is it? Displayed at the top of the screen. Okay, I wish to acquire shares. Yes. Okay, I want to do a takeover, so I see I'm going to have to buy shares on cooldown. So I could sell shares for quick cash. I don't want to do that. I could have been messing with the... Oh, this is expensive to buy his main island. What about this one? That's pretty expensive too. But yeah, I'll start buying shares in this fur island. We'll take control and we'll make use of it. So we've got a fleet on the way with sugar. Okay, I think our goal in the next episode is going to be to get this hacienda up and running. We do have clay production on this island now, all the way over here. And we're going to pick a place for this hacienda. I think this is the most open area. And alternatively, a hacienda over here might not be the worst thing ever. But what I'm probably going to do is just cannibalize the existing town for a hacienda and see what we can do with that. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.